Now for our feature story of the day. Let's discuss this $1 million Bitcoin price prediction off the back of a Trump victory. According to the Bitcoin Magazine CEO, he just recently posted this. I'm going to read you this post, but first I also want to read you this headline, which we're going to be discussing Bitcoin. Will it ever hit $1 million? But let's start with David Bailey's post right here. Again, the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine. He was the one who actually orchestrated Trump to speak at the Nashville event. So clearly, this guy is pretty smart. But anyways, he says, Trump is going to win. We are going to free Ross. Referring to Ross Ulbricht, who's currently facing like 2 life sentences. Trump did say he would free or pardon Ross Ulbricht day 1 on the job alongside firing Gary Gensler. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the chat, fam. He also wrote, the Bitcoin cabinet will be appointed. And referring for the Bitcoin cabinet for the United States of America, clearly. The strategic reserve will be established. Let's go. Trump said they would not sell any of the Bitcoin. And then other nations will follow. Nation state adoption, game theory, full effect. Let's freaking go. And then 1 Bitcoin will be worth $1 million plus. Can you say 7 figures? Let's skip 6 figures and 10x it right to 7 figures. What do you guys got to say about that? Economic growth booms globally, and the American dream thrives for generations to come. That's right. Trump said he'd make Bitcoin a mining hub. He'd make America a Bitcoin mining hub if he is elected president. Let me know who you think will win. Will it be Harris? Will it be Trump? Holla. I mean, we only got 1 month and 1 day out. Manifest destiny. And ultimately, let me know if you agree with this prediction from David Bailey. And let's dive a little deeper into this particular story regarding Bitcoin and $1 million per coin, the market cap implications, scale, etc., etc. So if Bitcoin were to reach the valuation, and let me make sure you guys can read this, you can see the bulk of it, so you're good. 1 million per unit, its market cap would soar to 21 trillion. Interesting that we have a max supply of 21 million coin. Imagine that. This ain't Doge. We don't have 21 trillion coins. But anyways, also I want to speculate here. There's probably 5 or 6 million coins lost or stagnant on the Bitcoin blockchain forever, making Bitcoin that much more scarce and making your Bitcoin worth that much more. Let that sink in. Satoshi has roughly 1.1 million Bitcoin. A lot of early Bitcoiners lost them in boating accidents. You know how it is. Lost them in old laptops like Alex Jones claims, etc. So there's a lot of lost Bitcoin, which makes it that much even scarcer. Now, this would position Bitcoin's market cap greater than the GDP of most countries at 21 trillion, surpassing the GDP of most countries of the world, including major economies like Germany, the UK, Japan. It would also position Bitcoin's market cap just behind the GDP of the US, which is currently at 23 trillion. Crazy, right? And higher than the total market cap of the alphabet corporations we refer to as Facebook, now Meta, Amazon, Apple, Netflix. That's worth 7 trillion, and on par with the global real estate market, which is currently 280 trillion. Bitcoin's 21 trillion market cap would represent 7.5% of that total value of the real estate worldwide, illustrating significant impact on global asset distribution, and larger than the total market cap of all cryptos. Right now, the total crypto market cap is only like 2.2 trillion. So absolutely. Now for the massive scale of Bitcoin to hit $1 million. Economic impact of 21 trillion market cap would signify that Bitcoin has become a major asset class. Clearly, it's ultimately, if we're only at 1 trillion today, it's roughly 20x where we're at, potentially influencing global economic policies and financial systems. And we have a lot of room to grow. The total addressable market, I've heard projections anywhere from $700 to $900 trillion. Also, an investment shift. Traditional assets like stocks, bonds, or real estate might see a reallocation of capital towards Bitcoin. Absolutely. It's all going to zero against the biddy. And also the global influence. Bitcoin could become the cornerstone of the global financial system. Heck, it could even become a global world reserve currency. And Bitcoin could hit 8 figures. Imagine a $10 million Bitcoin. Well, Michael Saylor believes it's going to happen, and I believe Michael Saylor. Let me know your thoughts. And now charting Bitcoin to $1 million. As you can see on the chart, before looking at the Bitcoin 1 million chart, let's look at the predictions by reputable experts. Conclusion, the path for Bitcoin to hit $1 million is well beyond consensus predictions. However, we do have the predictions from the likes of Cathie Wood of ARK Invest, projecting a bull scenario of over 3 million per Bitcoin by 2030. Even her base case and bear case are extremely, bullish. So let's discuss some of these forecasts. For now, Bitcoin to hit 1 million would be completely off the chart, literally below its weekly chart, highlighting where Bitcoin at 1 million comes in. Obviously, it wouldn't even fit on the chart. Yeah, I mean, we also have projections. I know them offhand, so instead of reading any articles, let me just chat it up with you guys. Samson Mao, Jan 3 founder. He was also featured in the recent documentary on who Satoshi is that was just recently released. I forget. I don't know if that's an HBO thing or Netflix thing, but I see a lot of controversy around it. But Samson Mao believes that we can hit $1 million this cycle, right? Which would ultimately mean if not this year, then by next year. Bitcoin has no top as fiat has no bottom. We also have bullish predictions from Tom Lee, which I have covered here on the podcast. I think he's projecting, he was projecting at one point $250,000 for this cycle. I don't know the latest updates on that one, but we also have, Max Kaiser, clearly always very bullish on the Biddy as well. He has a lot of different, predictions, different ranges. Then we also have the likes BlackRock, Larry Fink buying like there's no tomorrow. The Bitcoin ETFs have unprecedented volume, breaking all history of ETFs to ever exist. And Bitcoin ETF just went live literally in January. So we have the institutional FOMO like a mofo. That's something which was non-existent in the previous cycle. Previous cycle that drove up to 69 Gs back in November of 2021, that was primarily driven off the retail. I don't even think the retail is going to join the party until we're price discovery once again. Probably in the $80,000 to $100,000 range. That's when people like to get involved. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you think David Bailey's $1 million price projection is accurate with Trump in office? Hypothetically speaking, if Trump, the Bitcoiner side, wins the election, because we know Kamala is anti-Bitcoin, anti-crypto, employing the likes of Gary Gensler, Senator Warren, and who's the other one? Miss Binance, Miss Yellen. Do you think Trump, the pro-Bitcoin party, will win, pro-crypto party, or do you think the anti-crypto party, we refer to as the Democrats, will win? And if, hypothetically, Trump does get the victory, will that send Bitcoin eventually to $1 million as the United States of America stockpiles the Biddy and continues accumulating? I wish they do what RFK proposed and buy 400 Bitcoin a day until they got 4 million Bitcoin. Imagine that. Strategic reserves, global reserve asset, future's looking pretty bright. Dollar, mathematically guaranteed to decrease your purchasing power. Bitcoin, mathematically guaranteed to increase your purchasing power. That's why we save in Bitcoin. And those who treat fiat as a store of value, you know what you call them, folks.
But most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People